Hey my LimbO Line, LimbO here, and I am back as always with another video for this week for you guys. So I'm so excited. If you all have read the title before you clicked on, then you do know what I am discussing today, and that is confidence while breastfeeding, because sometimes having confidence while breastfeeding does tend to be a hard thing to do. So today that is what we will be talking about. But before we get started, if you are new to my channel, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and also make sure that you hit that bell notification button so that you can be sure to be notified every time that I post a video. And welcome to LimbO. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, along with this video today, I do know that we're talking about confidence, so I feel like this shirt was appropriate for today, and it says my body is my choice. You can also get this shirt if you all loving this shirt the way that I'm loving this shirt. You can get this shirt from bossbabes.com. If you remember, I talked about them in my previous video, and I am still representing them as an ambassador. So if you're interested in this shirt or any of the other products that you may see on their website, make sure you check them out. And if you do find something that you like, that you actually want to purchase, make sure that you use my code, which is blendiful.melanin19, and it'll give you 30% off. So I don't know about y'all, but 30% off is good to me, because anything off is good, okay? So just make sure that you check them out. They're all about empowering women and all that good stuff. So see if you like anything that they are advertising, okay? Okay. Now, talking about confidence while breastfeeding. Before I even get started on it, I do want to say that confidence while breastfeeding, or confidence in general, is better said than done, and it's something that you as a person have to start adapting on your own. So I am going to give some pointers on things, but at the end of the day, I want to really boil down to you and how you feel about everything. But just remember that when it comes down to confidence while breastfeeding, you're actually being a nurturer to your baby. You're helping your baby survive, especially if you're just doing breast milk. So let's keep that in mind. But because of the fact that I do know that it's better said than done, and that it's something that has to happen with the person on their own, I'm only going to give you I'm only going to give you guys about 5 pointers that I have, 5 topics that I have, because I don't want to go too much into it, because that's a personal thing that a lot of people have to kind of get into on their own. But I do want to help guide in a little way, so that's why I'm going to give you at least 5 pointers that I have, okay? So the first thing we're going to talk about is the public. Okay, so in the public, whether you're going to Walmart, whether you're going to any store, any mall, any place at all, sometimes it does tend to be a little bit uncomfortable when you have to breastfeed in public, especially because of the stairs and all like that. But the best thing I can tell you is that in the midst of you breastfeeding in public, always remember, the only person that's really important at that moment is your baby. So at the end of the day, if that's what you need to do, if your baby is hungry during that time, then breastfeeding is what needs to happen, whether you're in Walmart, whether you're in any type of public area at all, the beach, the park, anywhere. If your baby is hungry, your baby is hungry, and you have to nurture your baby at the end of the day. So a lot of times when it comes down to confidence while breastfeeding, a lot of times that confidence comes within knowing that it's not about you. It's about your baby, making sure that they get fed. But if you are uncomfortable in those public areas and things like that, they do have, like, I know our Walmart, when I would go in there, sometimes I can go in the back area near the restrooms, but not actually in the restroom. It's like a little seated area, and I will breastfeed there sometimes without worrying about someone having to necessarily see me. And you can also get a breast cover, a nursing cover, so that you can feed your baby, and you would just put it over your head like so, and you will adjust this to where it's comfortable for you to be able to see your baby, and comfortable enough for your baby to breathe as well. And then you can just feed your baby under here. I use this a lot. I still use it sometimes now, so it's very good for that, and they don't cost that much. So this is very good. It's a really, really good lifesaver if you are uncomfortable with breastfeeding in public. It does give you a sense of privacy in a way. But for some people, you know, there are some people who really, it doesn't bother them as much. I know for me, even if I don't have my nursing cover, I will still breastfeed my baby. I don't care, because at the end of the day, I feel like she's the one who needs to eat, not y'all. If you don't like it, just don't look. Because at the end of the day, I have the right to feed my baby when she's hungry. So that's just how I take on it. But as far as public goes, using something like a nursing cover, that really will help out when it comes down to like boosting up your confidence for breastfeeding and stuff like that. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is when you have visitors coming to your home and you're breastfeeding. Me personally, I don't feel like there should be a discomfort anywhere within that situation, because of the fact that it's your home, it's your house. So if you want to breastfeed your baby, then you want to breastfeed your baby. Now, if visitors come, then they can easily leave if they're uncomfortable. That's how I feel. Or they can stick around and, you know, put their attention to something else if they don't want to necessarily look. Me, I really don't have that problem when visitors come to my house, because they already know that I breastfeed. Most of them already breastfed themselves when their children were babies. So I really don't necessarily have that issue when I have visitors come over. But a lot of times, out of respect, if it's an older person like my mom or something like that, I will use my breast cover, my nursing cover, just out of respect for her. But anyone else, or if I'm not able to get to it in time, hey, I just go ahead and breastfeed her. It's what I have to do. So that will have to be based off of how you feel about your home. Me personally, I feel like it's my home. If I want to breastfeed my child right now, that's what's going to happen, because she is hungry. So that really depends on you. Okay? Okay. Now, another thing that we also need to discuss is to, even though breastfeeding in public or breastfeeding in general can sometimes be something that people try to judge you on or something like that, always know that your biggest supporters, besides your family, you know, your biggest supporters will always be older people. Why? Because a lot of older people, I guarantee you, majority of older people have breastfed instead of using formula. It's for different reasons. For some older people, it's because that's just what they want to do. For other older people, it's because they couldn't afford things like formula. Formula wasn't even in the mix then, or, you know, something like that. My grandma breastfed all her kids. Obviously, breast formula was not in the mix then, so of course she had to breastfeed. So older people will always be your biggest cheerleaders when it comes down to breastfeeding, because they also know. Older people are the best people to talk to about what the healthiest things are in terms of why breastfeeding is so healthy and stuff. Older people love how healthy it is for breastfeeding. They feel like breastfeeding is the healthiest thing for your baby. A lot of times when older people were midwives back in the day, they would recommend breastfeeding, or they already knew that the mom would breastfeed, and they would teach them how to breastfeed, how to latch, everything like that naturally, because of the fact that breastfeeding is so healthy, and because it grows with your child, it's the healthiest thing that you can do. So older people will always be your biggest cheerleaders when it comes down to breastfeeding. So always remember that in the midst of everybody who you think might be staring at you or who might be talking or whatever like that, older people will always think of it as the most adorable, cutest bonding time, the cutest thing that you could ever do, especially when you're a young mother at this day and age. When older people see you breastfeed, they think it's the most wonderful thing that they've seen in the world. So older people, biggest cheerleaders. I also want to talk to you all about, don't worry about the stairs. When I say that when you breastfeed in public and things like that, you tend to get stares. Some stairs are good and some stairs are not so good. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, in my opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but my opinion when it comes down to my child is the opinion that matters. So that's how I look at it when I'm breastfeeding in public. If you want to stare, that's fine. I really don't care. Me personally, I'm the type of person, I don't care about stares. I don't care about talking. As long as you're not harming me, you're not harming my child, you're not harming her father, I'm good. We're fine. So it really depends on you about how you feel about that. But me personally, it doesn't bother me when I get stares. If anything, I look at them and I'll smile and say hi or something like that. And a lot of times they look away, go the other way or something like that, because of the fact that I acknowledge them. I acknowledge that I see them seeing me doing what I'm doing. So you can take on how you want to take it on, but that's basically what I do. And also, when you want to breastfeed, even when people want to talk or anything like that, don't worry about people talking about you either. And another thing with breastfeeding, like I said before, is the best thing, but it's also the most affordable thing. And a lot of people can't afford formula a lot of times, so breastfeeding is the best thing. So if someone does want to say something and you're one of those people who can't afford breast formula or something like that, tell them about the breast formula. No, don't tell them that for real. Don't tell them. Don't tell them that for real. But in other words, basically that's what I really mean. Like, if they're not going to buy the breast formula for you, then you do what you got to do, sis, because at the end of the day, you're doing what you have to do to make sure that your child survives and your child gets the nourishment that they need. So that's all that really matters, okay? Talking to people helps out a lot too. If you have someone who is a really good, one of your biggest supporters or something like that, whether it's a parent, whether it's the father of your child, whether it's anybody, whoever your biggest supporter is, talk to them about it. Maybe they can talk to you and give you some pointers to make you feel a little bit better about having to breastfeed in public or having to do whatever. Or maybe, you know, they might have your back if you have to do it. I know for me personally, whenever I go somewhere in public, especially when it's me and him going together with Araya in public and I have to breastfeed, I dare someone to say something. That's basically how it is. I know that when he's there, I have someone who has my back no matter what, especially when it comes down to our child. So if I have to breastfeed her in public, I know that I'm good to go. I know that I'm probably not going to get any stares like that. I might get a glance or two, but definitely not a stare. So, you know, you just have to figure out what works for you, how you need to make your confidence level boost out. For me, I'm already a type of person where I really don't, I don't let people affect me too much. So because I'm already that type of person, it was easy for me to adapt to having to breastfeed in public sometimes, and you know, things like that. For me, like I said, it's nothing for me to just go ahead and breastfeed her whether I have my nursing cover or not. That's just me. But like I said, talking to people really helps out as well. Talk to me. I'm here. Like, talking to people really helps, okay? So just know that even in the midst of whatever people might think about breastfeeding or what it is, everyone, if a lot of people, majority of the people in this world were breastfed at some point of time, okay? So whatever they want to say, whether they think it's rude or nasty or whatever, more than likely they were breastfed at some point in their life too. So I guess that means they're nasty too. I don't know. But that's just my opinion on the whole topic of having confidence while breastfeeding, especially breastfeeding in public, okay? Okay, so just keep your head up, you know, keep on breastfeeding, do you, and know that you are doing something very important, which is keeping your baby healthy and living, okay? So that's all that really matters. And if it makes you feel even more better, buy a shirt like this that shows that you got attitude. Me personally, I will gladly wear this shirt in public so that they can know that it's my body, it's my choice. If I want to breastfeed my baby in public, guess what? It's my body, it's my choice. So make sure y'all think about all that, and make sure that if you are having issues seriously with confidence or something like that, and you need someone to talk to and you really can't find anyone to talk to, in all seriousness, you can always talk to me. You can always make sure I'll give you whatever pointers I can give you. I can give you whatever advice I can give you. That's what I'm here for, okay? So just make sure that you all listen and take heed to what I'm saying. Make sure that you are trying to find your inner confidence, because that is very important, especially with breastfeeding, okay? That is all that I have for you guys today. Again, if you all like this shirt, make sure that you check out bossbabes.com and make sure that you use my code belinda4.melanin19 if you like this shirt or any other merchandise that they have, so that you can get 30% off, okay? Also, make sure that you follow me on Instagram, which is belinda4.melanin19, or my Facebook, which is LimbO, capital L, capital O, for Lindo and Limbo. So make sure that you do that. Also, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel right here, and make sure that you hit that bell notification button so that you can be notified every time that I post a video, because I'm trying to give y'all some good information, sis. I'm trying to help out. So just make sure that you do those things for me, and I will see you all in the next video. So as always, stay blessed. Bye.